Week 1 after being on Paleo. Here comes Bruce. And I showed, all those things there before last week, your age, gender, and activity level. The camera makes me weigh a little bit higher. I weighed in without the camera at 120.4, which means I basically didn't lose any weight this week, but interestingly enough, the body fat came down. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that after. Don't judge me for my morning face and my hair, and today's the last day. I'm gonna be 33 years old, you guys, because tomorrow is my birthday. But here are some quick updates of how my physique, how my physique looks. And maybe you can see some changes over the past week. Last week I was 120.6. This morning it's weighing me at 120.4. I had done a midweek weigh-in in which I was 119.8. So I don't know, it shows my body fat down a little bit. So I'll try to show you what I'm looking like. There's my quick physique update for you guys. Usually in the off season I get lazy about putting on my fancy bikini because I have to be more careful with that and not damage it. So I just threw on a bikini that would kind of give you the same idea. So that's how things are looking right now. All right guys, now that I am all showered up, I went and did my workout this morning. Wanted to discuss a little bit more how the week went overall, incorporating more of a paleo eating approach. I set myself up with a meal plan. So those of you that joined the email list, I sent out that meal plan, which I pretty much stuck to for the most part all week. Again, since I'm not tracking, I didn't really worry about portion sizes of things. I was really listening to my body and focusing on eating only when I was hungry and stopping when I was full, which I feel like I did a really good job of this week. It was much easier doing the paleo with intuitive eating because I felt like I was just satisfied easier, likely due to the increase in fats. Because my fats when I was following macros were, I think, decent for someone of my height. I was doing about 50 grams of fat a day, but I know with paleo this past week, I was definitely much higher than that, which I feel like I was higher in fat and lower in protein. I struggled a little bit with the protein this week because I think getting caught up in trying to do mostly organic and grass-fed, and not being able to have whey protein, I think I ended up being low because I started to get sick of beef and I didn't really do too much chicken. And so I think I need to do a better job this week at just incorporating other protein and doing my best with organic grass-fed when I can, but if not, still getting in protein, So I've been missing salmon and tuna, so I think I'm going to incorporate that this week. And overall, I feel like better. So the weight didn't change on the scale, which as much as I want to lose a few pounds, that wasn't my purpose this week. I wasn't going into each and every day with a purposeful goal, making purposeful choices to try to produce weight loss. So I really shouldn't be upset that the weight didn't change on the scale. If anything, I should be happy it didn't go up. But the scale has a way of kind of making you second guess that. So there was like a moment this morning after seeing the weight on the scale that I was like, shoot, I really, when I show you guys updates, I feel like I should be showing you weight loss, but in reality, that's not what it's always about, and that is definitely not my number one focus right now. It's just about feeling good, and this is an experiment, you guys. This isn't a way of life that I'm saying you have to do. This isn't something I'm saying is the end-all be-all. You guys know I'm a huge skeptic of fad diets and things like that, but again, I wanted to use this period of time while I'm in an off season to experiment a little and see how I feel and see if I do see anything different or feel anything different from following different approaches. So I guess I would love to lose a few pounds, and maybe I will, because I think that would level out my off season a bit. At 120, it's just a touch into the uncomfortable zone for me, and I would like to be more within 115 to 118. So maybe some of you watching this think I'm crazy because it's a few pound difference, but a 3 to 5 pound weight loss on my body is significant. So fitting into my clothes more comfortably happens when I am within the 115 to 118 stage. So I think I'm going to keep that little goal in mind moving forward this week. And this was kind of a trial and error week just to see if I could even do it, which I could, but I think I can do a better job at leveling out what I'm choosing to put in my body this week instead of always going towards fats. Like I did a lot of snacking on sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds I had on hand, fruit, sun butter I was using with like hemp seeds. It's kind of like a sweet treat, but I think I could definitely lower that down a bit and incorporate more vegetables this week. So that's definitely my goal. And again, I don't plan on tracking macros this week. I'm trying not to. I want to not track macros while I'm going through this and just really listen to my body. So overall, I did feel good this week. I felt like I was more in tune with my hunger and satiety. I felt like I wasn't as food focused, which was very nice. It wasn't like, when's my next meal? Or what am I going to have? Or how am I going to best fit macros? I felt like just very satisfied, and I enjoyed looking up different recipes and playing around with different things this week. I also felt like digestively, regularity was on point. Not to be TMI, but it's something to be discussed because having healthy bowel movements is part of feeling good, and that definitely occurred this week. I felt good during my workouts, and that might be a separate thing. I was more consistent with my workouts this week, and I really enjoyed my workouts. So that was a good change for me, and that also just led to me feeling much better this week. So is me feeling better related to eating more paleo style? Well, way too soon to know, too hard to tell, but I do know I enjoyed it, and I'm going to continue it for a period of time. So moving into this week, I'm going to prep some different foods and try to get a bit more variety. I think I was a little bit lazy-ish with it last week because I don't know, I was scared I was gonna not choose something correctly, but yeah, so this week I'm just gonna have a little bit more fun with it, a little bit more variety, adding in more fruits and vegetables and see how that goes. So anyways, I guess that's the update on that. We will see if week 2 produces any weight loss. I think my cardio will increase a bit this week. I actually am switching up my training style as well, so I should probably mention that because if any changes do occur during this, I definitely won't necessarily be able to correlate it directly to the way I'm eating because I'm starting up at Well-Rounded Health and Fitness doing the Project 42, which you guys who follow me a while may know that I've done this before. It's a 6-week program. And it's group training. You do a lot of weights, you do a lot of cardio, and it's non-stop, 60 minutes for the most part, high intense. Like you are pushing really hard. And I just love these classes, and I haven't done the group atmosphere in probably about, 6 to 8 months. It's been a while. I've pretty much just been training on my own. And So doing group classes may not be ideal if you are trying to gain muscle, but for right now, my focus is just to level out, as I'm 3 months-ish post-show, maybe a little bit more. I just kind of want to level out into that comfortable off-season weight and then go from there. So these classes are something that just make me feel a little bit more refreshed in the gym, doing something different, making me feel excited again about training. And I enjoy feeding off other people's energy in group atmospheres. Some people prefer to train alone, and I have for a long time, but I'm at that point now where I'm a little bit bored with it, and I can tell I'm definitely not pushing myself to my limits and my capacity. And I like to be able to train intensely, and I like to be able to train with purpose, and these group classes help give me purpose again. I feel a little competitive in them, so I work extra hard, and it's just, it's good vibes. It starts my day out at 5 a.m. getting my training done, just feeling like I worked really hard, and it always puts me in a good mood. So I'm really excited to see what happens these next 6 weeks while still incorporating more whole foods into my diet. So that's the update on paleo. Let me know if you guys have been making any changes with your diet. If you have, how that's been going. I know some of you mentioned you were going to try to do more of a paleo style, not 100%, but comment below if you have been and how it's been going, if you've had any barriers. I mentioned for me, number one is convenience. I'm a convenience style eater, and it's a good thing that paleo kind of takes that away from me because it forces me to be better about my meal prep. It forces me to be more creative, and that's a good thing. It's good to challenge yourself a bit, even with your diet. So that's the scoop on that. Seriously?
Killing bitches.
This is adorable. I mean, I don't want to do anything else with my life but be Bruce's mom. You're fucking adorable. Jason's playing video games, killing bitches on Gears of War, and this guy is just cuddling up to him, like, Dad, let's cuddle.
He makes it tough because he had his arm, like, he had his head
right
like
on
this.
you?
He had his head like this.
That's what he does to me when I'm doing client emails.
It's like, dude, how can I play? Like, your head is so big.
He loves laying his big fat head on you, and that's exactly what he does to me for any of my clients. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna blame all my typos and grammatical errors on Bruce because he makes it really challenging.